Welcome back. This is badge set 4. That's right, 4 out of 6. So we're past the halfway point, looking forward to the rest of the badges. But today we're getting into service basics, going back to service basics. Why? Well, you cannot pursue excellence if you're getting tripped up on fundamental and foundational tasks. So we want to make sure that everybody is able to do the most basic things. And I'll show you how you can use this for your existing employees as we go. So let's jump into week 1. This is the Explorer badge. And you can see with Waldo on screen, this is all about finding tools and resources when you need them. If you can't find something when you need it, you're stuck dead in the water, and we don't want that to happen. So the Explorer badge helps everybody find pretty much everything. And when you look at the scavenger hunt, you will say, yeah, that's pretty much everything. There is no certification for this badge. Instead, the scavenger hunt takes that place. Because quite frankly, if you can't find something, well, it's simple. You either can or you can't find it. Here's what I want to encourage you to try out for this week, for the first week when you roll this badge out. Set up a competition to see two things. See who can find everything the fastest that week. So print off a copy for everybody and say, hey, everybody tell the rest of us as soon as you have found every single thing, and check their work. I mean, send them to find something really obscure to make sure that they were telling the truth, that they found it. And, you might have to do a little auditing there or a little adjudication. But that would be really fun, because I'll guarantee you, not everybody in your location knows where everything on this scavenger hunt is. It's impossible. So I know that there are going to be some people who benefit from this. So you might have that game. The other game you might, the competition you might employ is to say whoever started off with the fewest items that they could find at the beginning, and then if you can find everything by the end of the week, because that's a most improved situation. And that proves out your point that we are always a work in progress and we always need to be sharpening our skills. So you might run both competitions and you can have fun with the prizes. It can be bragging rights, it can be a title, it can be something fun. So that is week 1. Week 2 gets us into connections. Now, connections are critical for new employees because new employees don't come to work for companies. They come to work for people. They want to know you, the owner, and they want to know their coworkers. That's their community. And the more they are connected, the more they will sense belonging, the more they will have confidence and trust to ask people things. So you want to help new people connect. But what about existing people? Well, the same principle applies. If you've got a couple of people who are not very well connected to the team, I guarantee your team communication is not what it could be. Because here's the sequence. We connect with each other. Humans need connection. We crave connection. We connect with each other. We share experiences with each other. As we share experiences, that's how we build relationship. That's how we build trust. Without trust, you don't have teamwork. You don't need to go do a trust fall somewhere. You just need to share common ground and get to know people and work alongside them and share experiences at work in order to build trust. So, what I recommend for this one is if you've got a couple of people who haven't really connected with the team, you focus your efforts there where you help them and you foster connection opportunities for them. You might say, hey, I've noticed that you like kayaking and they like canoeing. Have you ever talked to them about canoeing? And you might go to the other employee and say, hey, I know you like canoeing and this other person over here likes kayaking. Have you ever talked to them? You might kind of play matchmaker in a way by planting seeds and fostering opportunities for people to connect. See what you can do there. The other part of connecting is as an owner, you might share some things that, some things about yourself that you don't always or automatically share, things that are difficult for you, challenging for you, or things that kind of make you feel like sad, something or make you feel really happy, you might share a little bit of yourself for the sake of connection. It's not on the materials, but it's a thought. The more we kind of share transparently who we are, the more we can connect. So make week 2 your focus for connections. Week 3, we get into POS 1. And in POS 1, this is you see 3 people on screen, one's crawling, that's POS 1. POS 2 is the person walking, POS 3 is the person running. So we've got 3 different angles on using the point of sale. You probably won't have a lot to share with your existing employees on in this badge, but you might be surprised. So, what's included here is the ability to open up a new tab, to assign a location to a tab, obviously cash out a tab, but pretty much ring up any kind of food or beverage for here. And again, being able to process the customer's payment. And by the way, we've got in there that we must receive payment from the customer, either, however the customer wants to pay, we're happy to accommodate, but we're not using the pre-authorization charge, and that's part of this badge. So anyhow, when we think about POS 1, if somebody has been on your team for quite a while, and they don't know how to find something or ring something up, there comes a point in time where they don't want to say it because they're embarrassed. They feel like they should know it by now. And so the last thing they want to do is expose that weak spot or that blind spot. So you might think through how you can ask everybody in a safe way, in a way that invites them to share anything and everything, to tell you what it is that they've never rung up before. So you might say, "Hey, what things have you never encountered?" Like, because we have a lot of different beverages out here, but we've kind of made the assumption that you might have encountered it, but perhaps not. I wonder, what can you think of that we have that you haven't yet sold? And then making sure that they can locate that and think through that so that in that moment, they're not struggling to find it. People don't like to feel like they missed the boat on learning when it was scheduled for them to learn. So think through that. That's POS 1. POS 2 is going to be everything else to go. So think of all of your beer options to go, a mix of six, a crowler, a growler. Can they make those? Can they fill those? Can they sell those? Do they know all the ins and outs of how to navigate the POS? Can they sub out a cauliflower crust for a flatbread? Do they know how to do that? Do they know how to add any modifiers to a particular item? Do they know how to go to the food extra charge screen to find all of the extras that aren't normally there for a particular food item or a menu item when they're looking at that menu item screen? POS 2 is all about all of the extra purchases, maybe updating a location. If they put a location in wrong, can they go in and update it? So you've got all of those things in POS 2. All of your less frequently, less routine things are going to come in POS 3. They're equally important, but people need time to work on the routine transactions. So we don't want to have them learning those back to back. 1 and 2 will be what they focus on until they're reflexive with these things. So that's it for this release. And again, I encourage you to find ways to go and ask everybody in weeks 3 and 4 what is less frequently used for them or what have they not yet encountered, and have you ever just looked in the POS to see how you would do that if that situation arose. That might be a helpful conversation you can have with them. All right. As always, if you have questions, I'd love to see you in Telegram. If you have ideas and questions, and I'll be reaching out to a couple of you in the near future as we get close to the last badge release. I hope you're enjoying these as you're walking through them with your existing teams. Again, tell us what's working, what's not, and have a great day. See you soon. Bye.